Well, the final countdown is on to Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's wedding. But before the stars walk down the aisle and say I do, there's a rumor they've already signed their prenup. And when you're talking about two high-profile public figures like them, megastars, if you will, what does that even look like? So celebrity divorce attorney Randy Kessler is here to share his take on all of this. So, Randy, it's good to see you. Hi.
Nice to see you again. It's been a while.
Welcome back. It has been a while. Okay, so it's safe to say, in your opinion, they have a prenup, right?
I would bet $1 million. Okay. I mean, yes. I mean, the reports are they have it. They're very good business people, and yeah, I cannot imagine that they wouldn't have one. They're surrounded by smart people.
Right, and it would not be smart for them not to have a prenup in their situation.
No, I mean, they each have. I mean, you look at Travis Kelce, and who would have thought that he would be the lesser earning spouse? I'm sure he was always worried, I got to get a prenup to protect myself.
Right.
Wait a minute. What do you mean you're worried about me? I mean, Travis Kelce's no gold digger. I mean, Taylor doesn't have to worry that she's marrying somebody who's in it for the money. But yeah, they're both protecting themselves. I'm sure they are.
Okay, so what would you say are some of the biggest issues then that a prenup would typically address, especially with two people of their status?
Well, that's the question of their status. Usually you have a really, here too, you have a significant imbalance. But the imbalance isn't like the poor person is going to be poor if they got divorced and only got to keep what they have. So I imagine they're each keeping what they have, and they're going to each keep what they generate. And if they decide to do something together, good for them, that'll be joint. But otherwise, he's got his income, his endorsements, she's got her deals. She's going to keep what she has, he's going to keep what he has. And if it doesn't work out, they'll both be fine. I cannot imagine it's much different than that.
Yeah, okay, all right. So this is something that I think we will be very interested to hear. What are some issues that legally can't be decided in advance? Because we kind of think of prenups, oh, that's all encompassing, and that's not the case.
No, I mean, you think of what a prenup means, no more lawyers, we just go to court and we've already got the document, right?
Yeah.
Kids, right? Kids, you can't say today what should happen to kids 10 years from now because we all know things change. You could say if we have children, Taylor should be the mom and he should have visitation, but 10 years from now, she may be off the deep end and he may be as stable as can be or vice versa. So kids issues, kids support, kids custody, parenting time, that's something you still would have to fight about later if it came to that. But other than that, just about everything else financial, lock it in, don't pay me a lot of money. Judge, we decided this. We got divorced before we got married. It's called a prenup.
Okay. So for viewers who aren't celebrities, right? Like if we're coming to you, the majority of us that are watching right now, that's not us. We're normal folk. But how does that situation differ from from the opposite? Because you handle both.
Right.
So what's the difference in the way it's handled?
So it's a balance. Prenups are generally unfair. They're not supposed to be. If it was going to be fair, why have one? Just go to court. You're trying to preserve the disparity. Someone who's wealthier usually wants a prenup to preserve their family's wealth or the money they inherited. So the question is, it's a balance. Make sure that the poorer spouse, the less income spouse, has enough to not be motivated to go to court to try to get more. Make sure that they're going to be okay. And the wealthier spouse, make sure that they're generous enough, not just because it's the right thing to do, but to show their love and to show I'm not in it just to be selfish. And so it's a balance of a negotiation, but it's really hard trying to figure out what would a divorce look like from this person that I love and that I want to marry. It's a hard balance. So talk it through, talk it with your family, talk to a good lawyer, and just figure out what's your comfort level of where would you want to be if it didn't work out.
What would you say are some of the common misconceptions folks have about prenups?
Oh, I think common misconceptions are that there's some crazy provisions, like if you gain 14 pounds, you're going to lose your alimony. I mean, that kind of stuff.
Have you ever seen that in a prenup?
I've seen it in there.
Okay.
I don't know that it's ever been enforced.
Okay.
But it's a pretty good motivator if you think I'm going to lose $1 million if I eat that cupcake.
That's horrible, Randy.
It is horrible.
Horrible.
People are crazy.
Wow, that is pretty nuts. Okay, so do most of us need a prenup? I mean, obviously, we're talking about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. They need one. There's a lot at stake. But for a lot of us, there's not so much money there. Do we need a prenup?
Sometimes not. Sometimes you'll spend more aggravation and money and energy trying to predict the future, especially if your future is long. If you're a 17, 18, 19-year-old getting married and you don't have much, who knows who's going to be the wealthier one? However, if you've been divorced or you've inherited a lot of money and you've got something to protect, or you've been burned once, you spent a lot of money on lawyers, that's when you start thinking, okay, next time around, I want it to be cleaner and easier. So
laid out.
It doesn't have to be for everybody.
Yeah. So you're the expert here. I mean, you literally wrote the book, Randy. You wrote the book. What's it called?
Divorce: Protect Yourself, Your Kids, and Your Future. You know, it's sort of like blog form, but I represented a lady who used to write books every day. She was on the Today Show, and she said, you need to put all your thoughts in writing, and I did it, and it just, you know, it's a little, for those people that obsess about what's it going to be like, that's what it's good for. But really, talk to your friends, talk to a lawyer that does this, and figure out, and not everyone needs one, you know, and I've seen people that say, I know you don't want a prenup, I want to give you a prenup because I want to make sure you know, guaranteed, that I'm going to make sure you're okay even if we get divorced.
Wow.
You know, so you see all sorts of human behavior that just bizarre, but love what I do. I get to meet people. I get to see people when they're going through these interesting times, and I know it sounds
stories
weird.
You can tell too.
Oh,
Man, you take this man to drinks and get some stories if you were able to share, which you're probably not, but some good stuff. Divorce attorney Randy Kessler hanging with us today. Randy, thank you so much.
Thanks, Elise.
We
Great
appreciate
to be with
it.
you.
Yeah, learned a lot about prenups today, and like Randy mentioned, you can pick up his book, Divorce: Protect Yourself, Your Kids, and Your Future, right now.